and welcome to TV Ranking, a new series where I look at some of my favourite TV shows and rank them season-wise from best to worst. Now this video is a tad different, as instead of ranking a particular show, I'm ranking a collective of shows featuring the greatest British duo act, that being Rik Mayall and Adrian Edmondson, and those shows being The Young Ones, Faithful Rich and Catflap, and Bottom. I won't be mentioning one-off appearances like in Blackadder, or sketch show scenes like Dangerous Brothers or Comic Strip Presents, as it's not a full series. First off with The Young Ones, Series 1, a series which changed comedy shows for the better. It's about students and the very weird antics they get up to. Series 1 sees the group being evicted, striking oil in their own house, having a bomb crash into their living room, and having their house being submerged into the sea. This show made these actors' careers, specifically Rik Mayall, Adrian Edmondson and Alexi Sale, who I think really shined throughout compared to the others. Now whilst it's a great show, comparing it to the work they continue on, it somewhat outshines the first season. So with those all in mind, ranking wise, it's at number 5. My favourite episodes are Oil, Interesting and Flood. Next is Series 2, which I think really elevated the show and set it apart from others. It still had its weird wacky humour with Alexi Sale, its slapstick violent humour with Rik Mayall and Adrian Edmondson, and apart from one episode, it's one of the best BBC shows in the 80s and one of the best BBC shows of all time. Ranking wise is at number 2. My favourite episodes are Bambi, Nasty and Sick. After this, a year later, Rik and Ade appear alongside Nigel Planner to make the show Filthy Rich and Catflap, which in all honesty is okay. Whilst it had its moments of slapstick, it felt like a forgettable show, except for Ade Edmondson, who played Eddie Catflap, who was an alcoholic violent sidekick who stole the show and brought interesting moments. Admittedly, the only great thing about this show was how star-studded it is, having Harry Enfield, Chris Barry, Stephen Fry and Hugh Laurie all in one episode. Overall, I rank it at number 6. Favourite episodes are Episode 1, Episode 2, Episode 4. Next is Bottom, the show that took slapstick to the extreme. Series 1 was a great watch in introducing us to these weird, lonely men and the shenanigans they get involved in, such as issues with the gas man, buying sex spray, finding out you're going to die from a palm reader, to working in a corner store, all while having the two main characters inflict serious pain upon each other in great ways. Apart from one episode, the series is a great watch, and for that I rank it at number 4. Favourite episodes are Apocalypse, Sup, Accident. Series 2 was on another level of stupidity and violence the duo get up to, starting off with pretending to be rich to impress a woman, selling off someone's leg for a bet, dealing with a burglar, and going camping. They even make something like playing a game of chess a hysterical idea. That episode was the first one I was introduced to, specifically the infamous chess fight. For all those reasons, I rank it at number 1. My favourite episodes are Culture, Parade, Salt. Next is the last series of Bottom, which I saw as a mixed bag, as there were really great dialogue driven episodes like Hole, where the two are stuck on a Ferris wheel, but then episodes like Break, which had comedic moments but are not an episode I return to as much. Then there's the episode Doe, which starts off somewhat dull but has an electrifying third act. The series had some fantastic episodes though, like Terror and Finger, adding to the weirdness and slapstick humour in great ways, and the last episode being a great, even though dark, finale. Ranking wise is at number 3. My favourite episodes are Terror, Finger, Carnival. On a final note, I would just like to say this duo created some of, if not the best slapstick humour of the 20th century and has not been beaten since. Whilst the two are great comedic actors on their own, they really brought their A game when working together, and it's sad we'll never get to see them together, but at least we got plenty of material out of them before their passing. Rest in peace, Rik Mayall. My next video will be on The Shield.